Hello aquarium enthusiasts, Jeff here. So I thought I'd give an update on the plants I ordered from Aquarium Co-Op. I received them just before Christmas and I made unboxing videos showing that. So here we are in the beginning of March. So it's about maybe 2.5 months later to see how they're doing. So which plants were they? I ordered 2. I have lots of plants, different kinds of plants in here, so which ones? Well, we can narrow it down by process of elimination, seeing which plant, one plant in particular that it could not be. It can't be this, because that is an Aquarius, or also known as, I believe, as Alodia, or as Jeanne from Inglorious Betas calls it, Karras. I think that was something where her mind put it into context, into something familiar. Maybe she was thinking of Anapharis and read Anacharis and read it as Anacharis. Well, anyway, it wouldn't be an Aquarius because that's illegal in Washington. Some plants, it's illegal in some states, Washington being one, and Washington is where Aquarium Co-op store is located, in Edmonds, Washington. Though it is an Aquarius is a pretty common aquarium plant, it is illegal in some states. Well, anyway, so yeah, it's not an Aquarius. There's lots of other plants that it could be, some more common plants common aquarium plants that are definitely on the Aquarium Co-op menu. But what I did order was a banana plant. So this one is probably regressed some. I mean, it's pretty much like maintained. I did receive it with 4 good leaves, and this one, that leaf right in the middle that just bloomed recently. But it's kind of like a repetitive thing with this. It'll grow, leaves will sprout up and then melt back and be replaced with new sprouted leaves. So not really. I still think at some point it might get going and maintain healthy leaves at the same time. The bananas, or the banana looking tubers, pretty much the same. And I have it wedged in the rocks just to hold it in place. I mean, it's not tight or anything that would be smothering it. But before I had it just like out in the open here and kind of maybe try to stick it in the substrate about a centimeter or so to hold it in place, but it would move around and the corridors would swim around and kind of knock it around. There's a little fry right there. They kind of go, use the rocks as a hiding place, along with some of the Java moss and plants and stuff. But one factor is probably I haven't been adding any fertilizer probably the last 3 weeks or so. I mean, I have Easy Green, and I have been using that on a weekly basis, but lately I have held back because I'm trying to get my nitrates. I'm trying to find the sweet spot. So I'm, now that I have so many fish in this tank with the live bearers, the guppies and platies, you know, growing into adults, and have so many fish in this tank, I'm feeding it more. So feeding the tank more in turn results in more waste turns into more nitrates. So I have been doing, you know, maybe 30% water changes every week. I'm trying to figure out, I'm stepping that up, doing it multiple times a week, trying to find that sweet spot of maybe changing more water at a time, more times per week, or what I can do to maintain, you know, I try to keep it around 40 or so nitrates, pretty much where in the API test kits, when I'd rather have it in the orange range than in the red range. So, until I get that figured out, I'm going to hold off on the fertilizer, the Easy Green. I think it'll probably improve once I do that. Alright, so that's one of the plants that I got. The other was Pearlweed. So when I received this, you know, it came in a little pot, and I think you call it, whatever, the potting wool or whatever it is, where the roots are in. And when I was taking it out of the pot, it was pretty delicate, and all the roots broke. So I couldn't really plant it. It is a stem plant. But I kind of used this thermometer to hold it in place, and you can pretty much see where it's like brighter in green with the parts of it that are growing upwards. That's new growth that's doing well, but this is only really a portion of it. Some of it is like broken off and spread all over the place. Let's see. Yeah, there's some right there. And there's a lot of it that floats at the top. Kind of like duckweed, I guess. Let's see if I can, yeah, there it is. There's a whole bunch of it, all that stuff. It looks like, kind of like, resembles duckweed, but that's all the pearlweed, little bits floating at the top, kind of held in place by all this Rickia fluitans that's floating up here. But, you know, in time, I expect that this will get bushier, and, you know, pearlweed it's pretty versatile. I'll let it, you know, get bushy around this thermometer, and it's probably, some of the roots I bet are probably establishing themselves into the substrate. So yeah, I am liking these plants. I mean, the banana plant, it's kind of cool, just looking like little mini bananas in there. I mean, that alone makes the plant pretty cool. But, you know, I know that they can sprout up with like lily type leaves up to the surface. And they'll probably, you know, it could be affected by this. Pretty much like that area has a lot of floating plants. So maybe if I cleared an area like that, it might shoot up. But either way, as it is, I'm content with them the way they are. And I kind of like plants that have room for improvement. Like, I'd rather buy plants that, you know, I'm kind of like, imagine like Charlie Brown Christmas trees. I wouldn't want to start with a big lush plant like a full tree. I'd want to get it smaller and have it grow. You know, like some of the other plants I got from like PetSmarts, and they sell them in tubes, and they'll have them, you know, some of them would be, part of the plants would be like rotting, and they would sell them at a discounted price. But all I would need, like both this Java fern and the other one in the back, for example, I got those, and they were, you know, most of the leaves were, they only had a few leaves left, that most of them were rotten, and they grew back. And like here in the middle, like all those bits, well, most of these propagated from those plants. And yeah, but yeah, and check out that catappa leaf. I got that from Aquarium Co-op, and they're huge. There's the sticker. I ordered one mini sticker, and they sent me this bigger one and an extra mini sticker. So I used that in the background. You know, some people stick the stickers in the front of their aquariums, and that kind of obstructs the view, but I like putting it behind like that. All right. That was just an update on some of the plants. And in case you didn't already know, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies, and I enjoy kitties. Thanks for watching.